Good day to everybody out there to see thy wealth, water your health, drink a glass of water. And we back with Umar again, man. Umar is one of a kind, man. I tell you, this brother has so much boldness with him. The brother name is Dr. Umar. Bought a school in Wilmington, Delaware called the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. Initially, the school was originated to help black boys. You know, he came out initially with a message of how the school system and the special education, he started off with the special education message and how the system was taking care of black boys and making money off of the black family through sending the kids through special education, and the parents didn't really have the knowledge, and he was giving the parents the knowledge of things to look out for so your child wasn't sent to special education, which I thought was a great message, especially because I'm black. I was once a black boy, and not that I was in special education, but I was in resource classes, if you couldn't tell. This is what resource classes looks like. This is what somebody that went to resource classes look like. I wasn't in special education, but I was in resource classes. So don't ever think it's impossible, kids, if you didn't graduate at the top of your class, because I finished damn near at the bottom. But this guy had a message about helping black boys, and the message was incredible. It touched on the psyche, it tapped into a lot of black people's psyche and our mental, and we gravitated towards that. Now, all the extra antics and messages outside of that, I don't approve of everything. Some of it I do, a lot of it I don't. Excuse me. His most recent antic is asking people, women, if they wanted to meet him, they have to pay $500 for a lunch or dinner meeting, whatever the meeting is. $500 for a lunch or dinner meeting. I don't have a problem with him doing that. I don't have a problem with him asking women or men, whoever he wanted to ask for, to meet him out for lunch, for a dinner, or for $500. Do what you do. My thing is with this, you got all of those donation monies from those people, those donors. And when I said I was going to loan him the money, I still will loan him the money. I have no problem loaning him the money. He has to pay for it. I'm not donating this guy any money. He doesn't show that he has the management skills for money. So I'll lend him the money for a fee. If he owes $40,000, we'll give him the 40, but he has to give us the principal back of 40 plus an additional 20, and that's due back within 90 days. That's it. That's the type of scenario. Oh, it's too expensive for you. Why would you charge him that amount of money? Well, you give him the money, or have a bank give him the money. But where's your solution at? Because people do this every day. Run into money problems, go to get a payday loan. Go get a car title loan. But for me to give this man or loan this man the money and make sure that my money is secured by the asset, which is the school, the collateral. So we record a lien in the first lien position in the county. And furthermore, like, I don't even want it to where it would have to go to foreclosure. So we would make this a deed of the trust. I'm not having to deal with this guy having to go to court because he doesn't want to pay me back, but I will give him the money, loan him the money to make sure that he can continue to keep his school. There's no cap about that. That's all real. That's business. That's promissory notes, security deeds, deed of the trust, so on and so forth. Reconvey the title back to him once it's over with, once he pay everything. There's nothing wrong with that. But see, a lot of these schools, Harvard, Yale, any other big program, when they get these donations from these donors or whoever they get money from, they have people to invest that money into things like tax lien certificates, into things that are going to bring a high return on investment. Because when those donations stop, they still have the investments coming in. So Umar, while I don't think he has money management skills and is that brilliant when it comes to that, those are things where he should have had people in place to do those type of things. But see, when you got donations, $1 million+ of people money, you don't want to be doing that kind of stuff with people's money. So he was in a situation where he had all this money. He really don't know what to do with the money. He bought the school, which was what he was supposed to do with it. I mean, look, at the end of the day, man, I can't criticize him for what he's doing with the building and the school part. I've never built a school. How can you criticize me for building an off-grid community when you don't even have a fucking house? You can't. So I can't come on here and criticize him for what he has or hasn't done with that school, because I've never tried to build an institution. Never. So I'm not here to criticize him. I am here to save him. I got the 30,000, whatever the dollar amount is. But he has to pay for that. Just as well as anybody else got to pay for it. He wants to go get a loan. See, he's getting donations. There's no donations. He don't got to pay that back. He really don't even have to fulfill the obligations of that school. What is the remedy for people who donated to this school? If he flops, there's no legal ramifications out here. So while people may criticize me for wanting to lend this guy money, criticize all you want, but I'm trying to get paid. You're not lending him the money. The banks aren't lending him the money. The school is going to be taken by the city of Wilmington. He's out here asking women to donate to him so they can spend a lunch with him. $500. I have no problem with that. Do what the hell you do. We just here to get some content off of it and to make some dollars. We want to make some money. But this is what people do when they in these large institutions. They just not taking this money. Churches, like this is what really I would do. If I was in a church's position and a pastor and whatever, the money that you're getting, you're supposed to be investing this money so it can get a return on the investment. When people come back and need money for electric bills and stuff, that money that the church is getting, that is invested in these tax liens or these promissory notes. Now, when someone comes and needs a handout because they lost their job, those revenues and those incomes that are being generated from those assets can be helped and given out as help to the people that come from the church when they need it, or people that was donating to the school that stopped donating. Those monies are still being generated from the assets because we made smart investments. But when you got guys like Dr. Umar, who really don't have any management skills with money, who really don't know how to invest, who's overweight, doesn't even show that he knows how to put the proper things in his body, doesn't take care of his children, multiple children, by multiple women, but we're trying to send our children to a school to someone like that. I mean, just because you don't take care of your children doesn't mean you don't know how to. Let's just say that. But if you're not taking care of your kids, I don't want to send my children to you. I'm not even donating to a school. If you had one baby mother that there was a problem with, you might be able to understand that. You got two. You're not seeing none of your children. And everything is online. And you're supposed to be a clinical psychologist, a school psychologist, a principal, a previous principal. I mean, wow. No way. No way. But that's the great old doctor for you, which you look up the etymological word of the name doctor, and that just means to learn or teacher, learned person, something like that. I mean, we can all be teachers. We can all be learned persons. We out here using that doctor term loosely. And I'm not saying that doctor should be used up here, but if you didn't go to school and get that doctorate degree, then come on now. And even still, they don't, you know what? Just see thy wealth, water your health, drink a glass of water. If Dr. Umar Johnson was utilizing those monies the right way, investing those monies the right way, which I think he did a good job by buying that school cash without a mortgage, we wouldn't even be having this discussion. But a lot of us, we've never built schools. We've never built banks. I don't want to say we, 98% of us, 99% of us never built a school, never built a bank, never built a hospital, never built a farm. A guy like Dr. Umar, who's building a school, who's accepting donations, why aren't you putting 110% of your time into building the school? Why are you in Ghana, Benin, South Africa, Louisiana, San Diego? You're in city, country, state. You're here, there, everywhere. Why? Why aren't you stuck in Wilmington, Delaware, figuring out your administration? Your distractions are, you are distracted. You are in a position of power with people's hard-working money, and you're running around from county to county, city to city, state to state, country to country, and you're not putting 110% into building the school and getting it completed? And meanwhile, you got bills from years ago and people are getting ready to take the property? You should be focused on the school, not art of dialogue. If I've sent you some money to get my house done and you're on platform after platform after platform, that's a problem. But see, the type of people that's donating this guy this money are the type of people that's watching infomercials at 3 in the morning and they start making these calls and sending money. You cannot get mad when the school isn't built or done. You can't get mad. Now he's blaming it on the timing. You knew since April when you tried to contact these people. April, you were in front of the school in Wilmington, Delaware, and you didn't stop in front of these, you didn't stop inside of the venue, the county, take somebody in with a camera. They can't stop you from coming in with a camera. You got to start recording all this stuff. Because I don't believe you. You got to start putting the letters. I don't want to say I don't believe you. I shouldn't say that. But for the people that don't believe you, you got to start putting hard evidence up there. The letters that these people are sending to you, redact your name, redact everything. I don't want to say your name is public. Redact whatever is private and put it out there. This is what they doing. But not what they doing where you made a mistake at. Because there's no way you could tell me that these people are coming to take the property. As always, notice, due process is real. They just can't take and put a notice on the door. It don't work like that. Because if they do that, everything they do after that is null and void. That voids the process. That voids the transaction once they come and take it. Because they didn't do due process. They got to cover their back doors. They got to cover their tracks. I mean, it was a great way to grab headlines. I mean, this guy's like the master deflector, the master distractor, master manipulator. He's the master. But when you're going to be a master like that and do shit like that, at least fulfill your obligations, brother. You're looking really crazy out here to me. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think you care, and you shouldn't care how you look because you're the one that's giving out these actions. But I mean, be open to all the criticism and all the commentary that's coming your way. It is what it is. It's see thy wealth, water your health. I wouldn't support the school. I wouldn't donate to the school. But guess what? I am willing to make some money off this fool. Yeah. Yes. I wouldn't donate to the school. I wouldn't support the school, but I'm willing to make money off this fool. Yeah.